How to play Beroya or Bounty Hunter with a standard spike deck or a Dead Man's Sabak deck or a Laro deck. The first thing you have to do is remove the 10 cards. You don't need any of them unless you're playing with the standard 62 spike deck, in which case you will use this -10 to stand in place for the extra Psylocke that you were missing. Then you will put these bounties into the deck and shuffle it. Now, you start the game with 20 health. You can change this depending on the difficulty. But to begin the game, we'll take the deck, and after we've shuffled it, we'll make a grid of 9 cards. Then the first thing we do is draw a card. So we drew a 4 of sabers, positive 4 of sabers, which means we get to take this into our hand. You can have up to 6 cards in your hand. The 4 of sabers means that we can attack another card, another negative sabers card with a value of 4. Now, after we draw a card, then we search the grid. So we can select any card in the grid. So we got a -6 of coins. So what you do with these, with the -6 of coins, is you take 6 cards that are in the grid, any 6 cards that are face down, and you put them at the bottom of the deck. Then you refill the grid, and then you just discard that one and replace it. And so flipping that card over in the grid was our turn, so then we draw again. This time we got a 1 of sabers, so we got 2 weapons that we can use to attack, which is good, although they are low value. The next, we will flip from the grid again. Let's go with the center card. Okay, a 6 of sabers, that's good. We will refill the grid and then draw again. Okay, I swear this is not stacked the deck, but this is good for us. I believe that was a draw, so then let's search the grid. Okay, so now we have a negative sabers, which is going to try to attack us. So this one is 5. So what we can do is we can defend with either the 4 and the 1 or the 6. And either way, we will have enough to block that. If we would defend it with just the 4, then we would take 1 damage. But I'd say we take no damage by doing the 4 and the 1. It equals 5. They both go into the discard pile. And then that gets refilled in the grid. And then we draw again. And we search the grid again. Okay, this time it's 4 cards. So 2, 3, 4 cards. Any 4 cards that are in the grid that are face down. With the deck, place them. Discard that one. Replace it. And then we draw. Okay. what I'm going to do is defend with the 3 and take 1 damage because it's 4. Then I'll search the grid. I want to keep my weapons here, so I'm just going to take the 2 damage from the 1 or from the 2 there. So I'll refill that and then I'll drop in the grid. Okay, so this is why I wanted to keep the 2. So the Psylocke or the Void is your bounty, and you're trying to capture it. In order to capture it, you will need to attack it like you would another card. But the thing is, its value matches your own. So if you have a 6, then its value is also 6 plus 1, so it's 7. So you can't attack with just the 6, so because it will always beat it. So you need to have at least one other card. And then now, because we have 8, we beat this Psylocke and then we capture it. We take it and then we discard our weapons that we used. And then that was a draw, so we will search the deck or search the grid again. So it's better to find the Psylocks when you pull them like this because they're undefended. And I'll get to that if I ever end up pulling any flasks. But for now, we looks like we got an 8 of sabers there, so we take 8 damage because we have nothing to defend ourselves with. So. The game ends when you either run out of health or you capture all 3 bounties. Okay. So the positive flasks are health potions, or let's say Bacta vials. So they restore your health. So this one is a 9. So I do that. I'm going to increase my health again. Okay. And back down 6. Okay. And so whenever it's a red flask, that's a red square, you put it on the side of the grid. You can put it anywhere. You can put it here. You can put it up here. You can put it over here. Doesn't matter where you put it as long as you put it somewhere along the edge of the grid. And then now this protects this card, and this card. So if there was a Psylocke here, for example, if you tried to attack it, you would have to also defeat this 7. So you would need the cards enough to attack the Psylocke like regular, but then in addition, you would need to also be able to take out this 7. So let's search the grid. There we go. Got a 5. Then we draw again. Okay. So this is a 2 of coins. So let's, before we discard it, let's actually do what we're supposed to do with it. So we take 2 cards, put them at the bottom of the deck, fill the grid, discard the. Alright. Search the center card. Okay. So now we build in a row. Now both of these rows are protected this one by a lesser degree, only by a 2. So I'm still going to want to search this top row first because it's not protected by anything. But this row, middle row, isn't too bad because it's just a 2. First draw. Okay, now there's a 1 up there. No problem. Let's search the top grid. Okay, we got our own flasks, 4 flasks, so let's go ahead and draw for the next turn. Let's take 1 point of damage, and then we'll burn the flask. 2, 3, 4. And discarding the flask and taking health, it counts as a turn, so draw again. There we go, we got more health. Search this one. More health again. Okay. Now we take 5 cards. Let's do these 5 cards. Okay. Alright, that's good. We got a 7 of sabers. And this is good. So now we don't have to worry about this Psylocke being defended by these other ones. We can just take it out. So we'll use the 6, and then of course, because it's 6, it matches +1, it needs to be attacked by 2 cards. So then we have 7, and that's more than enough to take it, and we capture both of them. Now, you could say that's a win if you only have 2 Psylops, but I like to have 3, so because it's based on the Mandalorian game, which has the 3 deity cards. But in this case, the 3 Psylops, which you can have in a Deadman Sabak or a Laro deck. So let's keep looking for the 3rd and final bounty after we discard our weapons that we used. Okay. More health. Go ahead and spend that 5 health. Go back up to full health. Okay. So now we finally get a positive circles, positive coins. It's a 7. So what these do is let you scan the deck, or scan the grid. So you can spend coins to peek 7 cards. And then flip them back over. All right. It's an action. So let's go ahead and do these 3 top cards. Now I'm searching this card because it's the least defended right now. Again, we can only have 6 cards right now, so we're doing fine, but that is 6 and amount of cards we can have. Okay. Let's go ahead and spend this 9 of coins and look at every card. Okay. What we need are more weapons because we don't have any. So let's keep looking. For health that I don't need because I'm at full health. I have more health than I could possibly ever need. Okay. I actually don't remember. Was it this card? Yes. I'm going to actually go ahead. Yeah, I'll grab this card and I'll discard the 1 health. So I have a total of 6. Nice. Okay, now we got a weapon. Okay, this is good. Let's take out those coins and replace that for the weapon there. Now we got a 9 of sabers, which is the best weapon. But we're going to need 1 more weapon at least. I'll just go ahead and straight discard that one. When you discard it directly from the grid, it doesn't count for the spending it. You have to take it to your hand and then spend a turn to discard it. Okay. And now we take damage. So I'm just going to take 9 damage because we have more than enough health to recover from that. But before we do, we have to do this. Draw. Okay. Then let's recover 6 health. And there's the last one. Whew, okay, that's good. But we can't attack it yet because we only have the 9 and we need at least 1 other weapon in order to attack it. So what happens when we can't attack is it runs away into the bottom of the deck. So now we know it's not in the grid, so that's good. Because if it was in the grid, we probably would not win because there's way too many negative flasks. So, for example, if it were to be right here, which let's check, then we'd have to defend against the Psylop by itself, plus the 4 up here, plus the 1. You'd have to be able to attack plus 5, which we couldn't do because we don't have enough sabers right now. But it's an 8 of coins, so we will do 8 cards. And, well, what do you know? Now that Psylop is going to be in the grid, but I don't remember where it was in the deck. Maybe the 4th card, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's probably right here. We could have positioned it better if we remembered to, but I didn't. So let's just check where I think it is. Okay, it wasn't there. But we can take this and go ahead and do this. Okay, not good. Let's spend the 8 coins to have a look at 8 cards. There it is. Okay. Oops. All right, let's grab this because I saw that there. So now we have Hopefully enough, we'll see. So the Psylop was here. So we have to beat this 7 and this 4. So this 8 beats this 7 with 1 left over. So we'll use that 1 on the Psylop. So that means that makes the Psylop worth 1 point. And then the 9 we use on the 4 with 5 left over, which is enough to also capture the Psylop. Had this final bounty been placed right here, for example, had it been right here, we would not have had enough, probably. Let's see. The 8 and the 8 cancel out there, and then the 9 and the 9 cancel out there, and then there's still 1 left over, and we have no more weapons. So we would have lost. But fortunately, it was down here, and we captured all 3 bounties, so we win. That is Beroya with the 62-63 card deck, and hope you enjoyed.